Hi, beautiful people. Today, I wanted to invite you into a space of sitting in self-love and what that looks like. For me, I always thought that self-love was a selfish thing, not realizing that it would be the roots, the foundation of my healing journey. I think a lot of us have been taught throughout time of our lives that when we cater to ourselves and our needs, that we are selfish, or that we may come off as something other than just us caring for ourselves. I want to take a moment to say that self-love isn't the commercialized money marketing scheme, not a scheme, but like, it's not all buying yourself a candle or going to get a massage or those self-care things. While those are important, especially if and we can talk about love languages a different video, but especially if your love languages is gifts or physical touch, acts of service, things like that, to do the corresponding, that's important, yes. However, that is not all that self-love is. Self-love is going to be your healing journey. When you heal, that is the highest form of self-love you can have, right? So when we care for ourselves, when we love ourselves enough, we create an environment where we can heal, where we can open up and say, hey, I deserve to have this safe space where there's no judgment. Like, because you want to treat yourself like you would treat a friend, right? And if you treat your friends kind of shitty, then, well, let's take a look at it. Like, if you're judgmental at your friends. But so you want to have a space that you can accept yourself, and you can only do that if you love yourself, right? I'd say this all the time: you have to be compassionate. A lot of times, if you are compassionate to someone else, we tend to lack compassion for ourselves. We tend to hold this higher standard for ourselves than we would for other people. So be nice to yourself. Have compassion for yourself to allow that healing. Self-love equals self-compassion to open up a healing space for you. When we have self-love, we are less ashamed of who we are, what we've been through. We understand that our experiences are not us, even though they help cultivate this person who's reached this point, right? I say this all the time: I wouldn't take back anything that I've been through, because it created the person I am now, and I had to go through everything I've been through to get here now, and I'm not ashamed of that. Sometimes I get regretful or remorseful, but then I remind myself, like, without that, I wouldn't be who I am. And I just ask myself for forgiveness, and I hope that the people around me forgave me. When you love yourself, right? So we get to this place of, we have self-love. When you love yourself, it opens up that healing space that we're talking about. It gives you that motivation, right? Because if you love yourself, me and the man talk about it all the time, like, what is love? And it's being honest, respectful, accountable, a couple other things. But when you're honest and respecting yourself and showing yourself that form of love, then you have that motivation to change, to seek growth, to do the work internally and externally, to just create healthier choices altogether. Know that as you love yourself, it's like an infinity sign. Know that as you love yourself and you create a healing environment, that healing environment will continue to grow a stronger self, like self-love. You can release pain in a safer way. You can develop healthier habits. I know a lot of people like to use substances like drinking and smoking to deal with the pain and the things that they go through. For me, and I know for the husband, removing substances and actually feeling those pains and sitting in it and allowing yourself the space to cry, the space to be angry, the space to, if you need to scream, scream, physically let it out. For him, he does like this little boxing thing For me at the gym, I was just lifting heavy. I was just putting my body through torture. So finding physical ways that are healthy and just letting it out. So the more you heal, the more you love yourself, the more you heal, the more you can release and create better. So that infinity sign there. Know that it brings that you are worthy. A lot of us right now are sitting in a space and the world is telling us that we don't deserve something because of X, Y, and Z. And that doesn't happen, right, when you care for yourself. Because if you care for yourself, you know that you deserve happiness and greatness, right? So some suggestions I have that I've implemented into my life for both self-love, to cultivate healing, to cultivate better self-love, even though it's a journey and we're still working on it. We're not perfect. Obviously, affirmations, the way we talk to ourselves, how our brain hears and rewires that brain. So I'm going from I don't deserve this, or whatever it is that you're telling yourself that's sitting you in a position where you're not loving yourself. You love yourself. This one I love. I think this helped me a lot, was being in nature. I went on a lot of nature walks, little hikes, just sitting at a park and listening to birds. You find that you're connected. We can talk about that too some other time, being connected with nature, and you're just connected with everything, and there's this oneness, and you find the beauty in nature, then you find beauty within yourself. So be within nature. Talk about this a lot. Physical activity. If you haven't watched my other videos, physical activity reduces 80% of gray matter. So all that empty space where you're in a negative zone, it just disappears, and it physically rewires your brain. Practice forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Affirmations, physical activity, being in nature, practicing forgiveness. Oh, nutrition, the way you eat. If you eat like, shit, you're gonna feel like shit. Know that you deserve to feel better. All backed by science. But just know that if you're on a healing journey and you're struggling with self-love, that it really starts with being compassionate to yourself. I know somebody commented on a video that they have struggles with being self-compassionate, but if you really truly want to heal from within, you have to have that self-love. If you can, which we all can, it's just prioritizing. Prioritize today to make time for yourself, to practice a form of self-love, whether it's doing your affirmations or moving or journaling on how you can be better to yourself. That would be my challenge to you, because we're all, like I say, we're all in this together. And I truly believe that if we heal as a community, that we can create a better world. That external world will reflect our internal, and we'll talk about that in a video. So yeah. Anyways, that's all I have today. Love yourself. You deserve it. Find healing within loving yourself. Yeah. That's all. Peace.